Hey, this is Anthony Grice, and we're on the map.
Mobile's Alabanga podcast.
Let's get this show started.
What if I would want to tell you that the fight's already been won? Well, I think your day's about to get better.
Welcome everybody back to the map. Fuzzy is on the scene as always. Tonight we are going to start season 3 of the league interviews. Tonight, as always, and this is beginning to be an every year tradition, I've got Sam Tarantola and Anthony Grice here with me tonight. We're going to talk a little Saints and Bills football. Peanut is off tonight. He's doing a little overtime. He's got an event going on at Moe's. Anthony, let's go ahead and go to the Saints. Big Saints fan over here. It was a tough ending.
Tough pill to swallow.
Yes. There's been a rule change in the NFL since. I'm calling it the Saints rule. The pass interference rule change. There is now a if it's a no call and you felt like there was pass interference, the coach could throw his flag. They'll review it and determine whether it was pass interference or not. I think this rule is stupid. I think it's going to affect the game. I think that it's going to get to the point where officials won't even be on the field anymore. But what are your thoughts on the new rule? And if you want to talk about, the game, you can hit that too.
Well,
against the Rams.
My thought about the rule, then, you win some, you lose some. I think that rule should have never been brought up, and I think that's a terrible Saints rule that got made up just to make the Saints fan happy. And I'm a Saints fan. We had an opportunity in overtime. We threw an interception, caused us the game at that point, But I think about the third quarter when the Saints were up 20-10. We shouldn't have let the Rams come back on us.
Yeah.
We started playing conservative football, airing it out when we didn't need to. We should have been running it when we were supposed to.
Yeah.
And we got sloppy, and that's what cost us the game. Regardless of the pass interference, if we wouldn't have played sloppy, that 10-point lead would have held up. We wouldn't even have to be worried about it. We would have been playing the Patriots for the Super Bowl.
What this guy just said. I agree 125% with everything he just said. The Saints do not have a first-round pick this year in the draft. They traded that away for Davenport last year. Free agency, they signed Cook, the tight end.
They signed Murray from the Viking, which I thought that was a retarded sign because the fact is they let Ingram go to Baltimore basically for the same money, and Murray is injury prone, and Kamara's going to have to be the man.
I think that the Saints coaching staff, I think that the suits in New Orleans are about to find out. They underestimated Mark Ingram. They always have. I think that they undervalued him, and I think they're about to find out.
I tend to disagree because, as someone who drafted Kamara, and knowing Ingram was going to be out for those first couple of weeks, was the PEDs last year?
Yeah.
Kamara ran that show for how many weeks without Ingram? And then when Ingram came back, he was still running the show. I think Ingram does give him a different dimension that the Saints are going to have trouble filling. I think, if anything, Ingram's going to thrive more with the Ravens with a mobile quarterback. Not to knock Breeze. Breeze is age-wise, he is not as mobile as Jackson.
Breeze isn't mobile.
No, he's a pocket thrower.
He's gonna torch you with
he takes the hit, and he hits those. He hits the mark.
Yeah,
I think Ingram's going to do good in Baltimore.
he could. It's just a question mark to me. I have a hard time pinning that right now. Once they start, when I start seeing, training camp and start, hearing things and watching things unfold, then I'll have a better, idea about how they plan on using him and what they're doing.
The Ravens had a revolving door at running back before Ingram got there.
Yeah.
None of those guys carried the load.
So they got stability.
Yeah. But Flacco was also the quarterback. Lamar Jackson there, you don't really know I mean, we saw how he did last year, and we know he's gonna be
Yeah.
a great quarterback. We know that, good quarterback.
I mean, the league is going to mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Mahomes,
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Even the Saints have drafted that kid from BYU. Well, no, he was undrafted. BYU.
Tyson Hill.
Tyson Hill, yeah.
The kid, I mean, right now they're trying to get him out there as much as possible, but they still got Bridgewater there behind Breeze. That's why Bridgewater didn't leave, did he? He didn't.
No, he's still
stayed.
yeah.
Because they were
That would be
trying to
good.
pull him to different teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Here
turned
in,
down the opportunity to go to Miami Dolphins and
Yeah.
come to sign, and I think that's a great pick. I think Bridgewater did great to come back to the Saints, sit up under, maybe breathe, retire in a year, and he'll have the first shot at it.
Yeah.
If not, maybe he do real good in preseason, and the Saints can use him like the Jets did to trade, get a draft pick back, and he can go somewhere to be a starter.
Well, I mean, the Saints are in a win now kind of situation because of Breeze's age, just like Brady and the Patriots. Now they've got Cook out there.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
That was a
Cook,
good
Kamara,
sign. Yeah.
and you know, it's.
I mean, they're gonna be fine. I just think,
And their
I
confidence
think
they're in.
the Mark Ingram, watching Mark Ingram walk away, I think is a bigger hole than they realize. I'm not saying they can't go and make the playoffs and win the South, even though I'm picking Atlanta to win the South this year, only because that they swap.
I'm not so sure
Atlanta
it's the heart of the
didn't
locker room.
It's
though.
Atlanta's turn.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying they can't win the South, because they can even without Ingram. I'm just saying I think that hole is going to be bigger than they realize. I think that's going to be determined early. You said the first 4 weeks of the season last year, Kamara ran the show.
Yeah.
Yes. But they knew Mark Ingram was coming back, and they were getting a game plan together for that. And we saw this thunder and lightning with those two.
Yeah.
Now you're missing the thunder. And I mean, people underestimate that he never went down on the first hit. And he would run between the tackles.
Yeah.
Kamara doesn't. Kamara's an outside guy. Now he can, but that hole's got to be bigger than the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't get those tough yards like Ingram gets. Ingram will barrel through and take a line with him. And I think Murray doesn't do that. Ingram did.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying those short yardage, got to get that 1 yard. It's going to be tougher to get this year, and I think the Saints will find that out early.
I think with their center retiring, Unger, they traded Graham for Unger from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Him retiring and bringing in a new center, they got to go outside with Kamara.
Yeah.
That's going to be their game plan.
Yeah.
And they've got a mobile tight end, and they've got a solid number one receiver. And Kamara going on the outside, it's going to be those when they're 3rd and 1 and they need the 1 yard. Is Murray going to be able to punch it in to move the chains?
Right.
I don't think they're going to put it on Murray. They're not going to put it on Kamara.
I think they're going to do a lot more trick plays, a lot more different things. They're going to put more packages with Hill.
Yeah, you saw that towards the end of last season. You started seeing Hill a lot more in a lot of different places, and I agree with you. I think they will. I think you'll see a lot of that this season. You'll see a lot of it early and often.
The center position is going to be that's quarterback getting the ball right off the bat. If they get the wrong center in there, they got to get that chemistry early. This is Breeze's last 1 or 2 more years.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I really thought.
I bet you they're draft. Well, 2nd round, first.
They don't have a 1st round pick, so you don't. I mean, you know, they pick 62. They pick at the end of the 2nd round, and I don't know what they're playing. And I mean, they could obviously get a. I mean, they could make trades and get back in it and get a pick in the 1st. I mean, you see that all the time, but I don't see them taking a quarterback. There are no quarterbacks in this draft
that are top 5.
that I look at and go, future Hall of Famer.
Not even Murray.
No, not even Murray.
And we were speaking of Murray, great kid, but the one and done kid in college and coming, I think Murray is going to be a bust.
You heard it right here, Murray bust. I'm not ready to call him a bust yet. I don't. I think he'll be a superstar. He has the potential to be a superstar. People are saying Russell Wilson around this guy. Like they're saying the next Russell Wilson. I think you're setting that bar a little high. I don't think he's a Russell Wilson. Look, they're about the same height. That means absolutely nothing to me. I mean, if you watched him play anybody, he didn't play any defenses in college football.
Till we played Alabama.
Till he played Alabama, and we see how that turned out. I'm just saying. I'm not a big fan of Murray. I think, hey, look,
He's a lot lighter
good
than Wilson
guy.
too.
Good guy. I have a lot of respect for the guy. The guy's a heck of a quarterback. He did great things in Oklahoma. But so does every other quarterback that came to Oklahoma. So I'm just saying, I don't know.
But we were talking about this last year when Cleveland took Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Nobody saw them doing that.
They
They figured if they were going to take him, they would trade back to get him, but they took him number 1 overall.
I like Mayfield, though. I knew that Mayfield, there's a difference. Mayfield took over games.
You just said Oklahoma was a system, and every Oklahoma
Yeah,
quarterback
I know.
does
What
well.
I'm saying is,
But now you're saying
I
he's
know,
the
you're calling
exception.
me out on it. I know, but
Yeah.
with me, it's more about heart. Mayfield had the heart. Like
Oh, he does.
There were times where I saw, like, okay, when Alabama destroyed Oklahoma this year, there was no coming back. I felt like if Mayfield would have been in that game, I never would have rested easy. That's the difference between the two. Like, Mayfield wins. Mayfield will get out there and you can see him firing up his team. I mean, it's all about in here.
So he's got the
I
Ronnie
can
Lott
see that.
mentality. Cut off a finger.
Right,
Win
yeah.
this game.
He Mayfield is that kind of player.
Yeah.
Murray's just a system guy.
Yeah.
If the system's great and he knows how to run it, he's going to be successful. If he gets put into a system or he ends up in a team that doesn't have good quarterback coaches, he could be in trouble. If he ends up in Arizona, which a lot of people have him going, he's in that mock draft. I've got him going to Arizona with the first overall pick. Don't want to put him there, but I think that's where he's going to go.
Mentality they said about the kid in Tennessee, Mariota, going to the Eagles, and he wound up in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, the same kind of mentality. They're going to say he's going to go to Arizona because they got the number 1 pick, but they've already spent. They've already invested
They
in
got a
Rosen.
first round pick last year.
Unless they unload Rosen.
I think they will. I think they're going to trade Rosen.
But they traded up to get Rosen. That'll make their front office look stupid.
I think Rosen ends up in New York. I think Rosen's a Giant.
Ugh.
And I see Eli getting ready to go.
And I think Arizona ends up with the 1 and a 7 because the Giants pick 7th. So the Cardinals want to get a 1 and a 7 with Murray, and I don't know what they'll probably get an O lineman with that 7 pick if they're smart, or D lineman. There's a lot of good D. This D line draft is outstanding, and it's heavy, it's thick, and this. I mean, you can get a good one late, but those D linemen going early in that first round. Whew. But anyway, that's a little prediction right there for me. I think the Giants trade their 7th pick, that 7th pick in the first round to the Cardinals for Josh Rosen.
Some say don't